Our project is over heart rate and how it is affected by daily routines. It was written by Stephanie, Ellen, Albert, and Lauren. Hypothesis 1. Our first hypothesis is people who regularly exercise will have a lower resting heart rate after walking than people who do not. So this is our first graph. As you can see, on the left is for people who do light exercise. Not only does their heart rate start out higher, but ends much higher, and there's a much greater difference between the starting and ending heart rate than in the people on the right who do exercise between 6 and 12 hours a week. Their heart rate starts lower, ends lower, and has less of a difference between the start and ending. We found this first hypothesis to be true. People who only participated in light training, which is between 0 and 2 hours a week, had an average heart rate of 72.92 beats per minute before walking and 94.10 right after exercising. In comparison, people who exercised between 6 and 12 hours a week had an average resting heart rate of 68.25 beats and 83.24 right after exercise. The difference between both groups in resting heart rate and after stress is obvious. Our explanation for this correlation between exercise and heart rate is that the heart is first and foremost a muscle, and just like any other muscle in the body, regular use through training strengthens the muscle tissue. As a result, contractions of the heart muscle become more forceful and effective over time, which results in a lower resting heart rate. Even under the stress of exercise, a well-trained heart muscle will have to contract less often to provide the body with oxygen than an untrained heart muscle. Our second hypothesis is people who are not chronic coffee drinkers will have a higher heart rate 30 minutes after drinking coffee than those who regularly drink coffee. This is our second graph. This graph represents the heart rate, beginning heart rate and ending heart rate for coffee drinkers versus non-coffee drinkers. As you can see, the graph on the left for non-coffee drinkers show a higher heart rate before drinking the coffee and 30 minutes after drinking the coffee, compared to the chronic coffee drinkers on your right, which show a lower heart rate before drinking the coffee and slightly lower heart rate after drinking the coffee. And for our explanation relating to our coffee drinking experiment, we found that the data slightly supports our hypothesis. The heart rate of a non-coffee drinker before coffee consumption on an average was 73.68 beats per minute. Regular coffee drinkers had a heart rate of 73.05. 30 minutes after drinking coffee, the average non-coffee drinker had a heart rate of 77.70 beats per minute, whereas regular coffee drinkers showed a heart rate of 77.30. This finding was also supported by research studies that have proven that regular coffee drinkers have less changes to their heart rate after consuming coffee than people who usually do not drink coffee. The main reason is habituation, which means that the body gets used to the consumption of caffeine. In addition, the observation of only small differences in heart rate changes could also be related to the fact that some people might not drink coffee on a regular basis, but consume other caffeine-containing products, which can also result in habituation to the effects of caffeine. While there was a subtle difference in our coffee hypothesis, our other hypothesis shows the benefits of an active lifestyle. We all lead busy lives, but if we get up and move, we can make a positive change in our lives. Weather in Arizona is beautiful. Walk your dog, ride your bike, go for a hike, get out there and be active. All the data in this video was taken from over 800 SEC students over several years.